Muy buenas tardes a todos y a todas. Bienvenidos una tarde más al canal. Hacía bastante tiempo que no entraba aquí a The Elder Scrolls Online, comúnmente llamado Teso. Y vamos a llegar esta tarde un ratito a ver cómo va la cosa. Vamos a darle a jugar. Skyrim Occidental. Consume una comida o bebida para mejorar los atributos. Consume un pergamino potenciador de experiencia. Pues eso lo vamos a hacer ahora mismo. Esto lo vamos a usar. Y una comidita. Y reclamamos un pergamino de experiencia de regreso heroico. Completa 2 misiones, hemos completado una hace un momento. Y habla con un maestro de establo y nos dan 1000 de oro. Pues venga, vamos a hablar con un maestro de establo. Vamos a abrir el mapa, estamos en Soledad. Y a la montura, ¿qué botón era?
To see you in solitude, stranger.
Got somewhere to be? Maybe fast? I can help. Better than any other stable master you may have dealt with, I'm sure.
Venga, a ver, establo. Vamos a subirle el aguante. Y listo. 1000 de orito. Pues 1000 de orito. Y ahora completamos una misión más y terminamos esto y nos dan 5000 más de oro. Vale. Por la gloria, examinar. Llamamiento a todos los aventureros, mercenarios, lanzadores de hechizos, héroes y rufianes. Vale, esto es para los campos de batalla. Esta no me interesa. paso del maestro de batalla.
A trader told me dragons fly freely in elsewhere. If I recall correctly, Skyrim lore is filled with dragons, but I haven't seen any here yet. Still, I'll take my...
Vamos a ponerlo en primera persona.
Lucky you. You're free to dive into battle. Me, I have to sell things to people. Make it worth my time?
Voy a ver los ajustes. $130. Está lo máximo. Está lo máximo. Se avecina la tormenta. Habla con Lyris, sangre de titán. Mientras me acercaba a las puertas de Soledad, un hombre herido llegó cojeando, huyendo para ponerse a salvo. Antes de morir, me entregó un manojo de papeles y me suplicó que los mantuviera a salvo. Brondol estaba investigando la actividad del aquelarre de la cuenca glacial en nombre de Lyris Titambor. Se suponía que tenía que llevarle pruebas al Palacio Azul de Soledad, pero no lo ha logrado. Debo buscar a Lyris en el palacio y enseñarle los hallazgos de Brondol.
Cities can be just as fickle as people, but just as beautiful too.
Tenemos que ir al palacio.
Another day, another infernal hellstone.
Who's up for archaeology?
Vestige? You're a sight for sore eyes. Feels like it's been ages since, well, you know. I'd invite you for a drink, but I'm about to present myself to royalty just as soon as my contact arrives.
Brondol no va a venir, está muerto.
He's what? Damn it. Queen Gerhild will be here at any moment. Look, Her Highness is expecting to talk to me and my contact. I need you to pretend to be that contact, or this will go very badly.
¿De qué va esto?
We can exchange intimate details of our lives later. Right now, just know that the safety of all of Skyrim, maybe even all of Tamriel, depends on how this meeting goes. So follow my lead and be on your best behavior with Her Highness.
¿Seguirte la corriente con qué?
Lyris Titanborn. Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed companions?
No, but I assure you my partner is one of the Skald King's best. Go introduce yourself, partner.
I am Gerhild, Queen of Skyrim. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of our kingdom, our city, and our hold. Who might you be?
Erzsebet Bathory de Essex, Su Majestad.
The letter that preceded your arrival said an attempt was made on the Skald King's life. It indicated that High King Svargrim would be next. My husband took that as an accusation and a threat. He will not meet with you, but I will hear you out.
He sido testigo de cosas preocupantes desde que llegué a Alteza.
Have you anything that would persuade my husband? It will take some substantial evidence to convince High King Svargrim to heed the words of the hated Yoren, the Skald King.
Se ha detectado actividad de los cuéncanos en los alrededores de Soledad.
Reachman transgressions will not be enough for Svargrim to accept outside help. He's a prideful man, and the bad blood between him and Yoren runs deep. I will speak on your behalf, but you and Lyris will need to bring me proof he cannot ignore.
Encontraremos esa prueba.
Thank you for alerting me to this situation. I am eager to see what else you uncover. I will do what I can, but be as discreet as possible. If you run afoul of my husband, he won't hesitate to return you to Yoren, and not necessarily in one piece.
¿Por qué hay tanto rencor entre el Rey Supremo Svargrim y el Rey Escaldo Horun?
Eastern and Western Skyrim have been at odds since the kingdom was divided. Yoren's ambitions for the Ruby Throne, however, have created a new level of tension. Forming alliances and raising armies for conquest. Should we not be wary of such a man?
¿Svargrim cree que Horun quiere apoderarse de su reino?
Frankly, yes. He believes Yoren hasn't marched here with an army as yet, because the Western holds are firmly united against Pact rule. My husband is certain Yoren plots to erode those allegiances. He will not easily earn the High King's trust.
¿Qué clase de pruebas convencerán al Rey Supremo Svargrim para que nos escuche?
You must convince my husband that a threat greater than Yoren exists. Further, this threat must directly imperil the High King. Find proof of this, and I will assist you how I can. Helping to keep our hold safe will also allay his concerns.
¿Lo que hemos descubierto hasta ahora no basta?
It's enough for me to believe your intentions are sincere. Learn more about these suspicious activities you mentioned, then bring it to me. If this threat is as dangerous as Yoren claims, prove it, and I will make my husband listen to reason.
Un soldado me ha acusado de ser un espía. ¿Siempre sois así de desconfiados aquí?
My deepest apologies. Between the Reach to our south and the Ebonheart Pack to the east, our soldiers have come to see all outsiders as a potential threat. I will look into this. Vigilance cannot be allowed to become a bludgeon.
Adiós.
You handled that better than I expected. Now, what in Mara's name happened to Brundold?
Estaba huyendo de alguien y me dio un fajo de papeles antes de morir.
Damn. Lucky thing he found you. Brundold was supposed to get the lay of the land before I got here. Without his information, my work for Yoren the Skald King could be over before it begins. What did he give you? Hand it over.
Aquí está lo que he encontrado.
Smugglers and Reachmen up to illicit business. Nothing unusual there, but Brundold thought it could be connected to the Coven. I'm short a good investigator, and you stepped into the role easily enough. Can I count on you to help me with this?
¿Qué necesitas que haga?
Brundold mentioned some locals we should have a talk with. A snitch named Grega who likes to gamble in back alleys, and an orc named Mog who frequents the Lonely Troll Inn. Let's find them and see what they can tell us.
¿Podrías explicarme de qué va todo esto?
Succinctly? No, but I'll try. The Ice Reach Coven recently attacked the Skald King. We learned they're planning something in western Skyrim as well, so Yoren sent me to warn them. Beyond that, we have the leads Brundold found, and that's about it.
Háblame del aquelarre de la cuenca glaciar.
Reach witches from an island to the north in the Sea of Ghosts. Nords drove their kind out of Skyrim a long time ago, and we thought they were gone forever. Seems we were wrong.
¿Por qué Jorun te ha enviado a ayudar a Svargrim? Es evidente que se llevan mal.
While it's true that Svargrim and Yoren don't get along, the Skald King doesn't want something terrible to befall western Skyrim. That would be bad for the east as well as the west. Besides, Yoren was hoping for an opportunity to improve relations.
¿Cómo sabemos que hay alguna relación entre los contrabandistas y los cuéncanos?
We don't, but it's all we've got. Even if they aren't connected to the Ice Reach Coven, taking care of a few of Svargrim's problems might earn us some goodwill. Now, let's go check out the back alleys and the Lonely Troll Inn.
¿Podrías explicar de qué trata todo esto? ¿Ya me lo has dicho?
Succinctly? No, but I'll try.
Vale.
The Ice Reach Coven recently attacked the Skald King. We learned they're planning something in western Skyrim as well, so Yoren sent me to warn them. Beyond that, we have the leads Brundold found, and that's about it.
Me topé con el aquelarre. Los escuché conspirar sobre algo relacionado con tormentas destructivas y una cosecha.
I had a run-in with the Coven too. First at their stronghold in the Sea of Ghosts, then in Eastmarch. They tried to... well, let's say they had plans of an unkind nature regarding the Skald King. I stopped them, then came here to warn Svargrim.
Adiós. Bueno, pues vámonos.
Castle Dower is a monument to the Western spirit. Stony and cheerless. Maybe the new tower will liven up the place.
tenemos otra misión, botella peculiar.
Borfrey, is that you? Listen closely, you insufferable clod. I need you to find my notes and... wait, you're not Borfrey. I can tell from the lack of heavy breathing and sniffles. Who are you?
Me llamo Elzebeth Bathory. Estás atrapado en una botella.
Stuck in the bottle? No, no, no. This is a devious and very stubborn illusion. One that you now have the privilege of breaking. I was conducting some research, you see, and inadvertently triggered this spell. Luckily, I know how to reverse it.
¿Cómo se puede revertir el hechizo?
Borfrey, is that you? Stuck in the bottle? No, it's quite simple. I recorded the locations of 3 verses of a powerful incantation in my journal on the off chance.
Encontraré el conjuro y disiparé la
Apply the
ilusión.
verses, come back and dispel this illusion. I'll make it work.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't step on the dice! There a reason you're interrupting our game, porkface?
Brondol dijo que podría saber algo sobre los productos de contrabando de Centinela.
Don't know any Brondold. Don't know you. Either way, I got nothing to tell you. Get lost. I'm on a winning streak.
Brondol murió por lo que hay dentro de esas cajas. También vendrán a por ti.
Dead? That's a new one. Nothing Kasala usually moves through port is worth killing over. You didn't hear it from me, but she's the one picking up those shipments. Her warehouse is down on the docks. You want to know more? Go ask her.
Hablaré con Gasalla, gracias. Vamos a intentar... eliminar alguna misión. Vamos a abandonar esta. Y así podemos coger esta.
Borfrey, is that you? Stuck in the box. It's quite simple. Oh, my assistant Borfrey has my journal. Find it, read my notes, and acquire the incantation. Also tell him to come get me. Someone nearly took a swig of me. Oh, I suppose introductions are in order. I am Narcissus Dren, famed historian, etc. Oh, does it really matter? Every historian worth his salt winds up trapped in an illusion at some point. Oh, very common, and thus not worthy of discussion or commitment to record. I will say, though...
¿Trampas mágicas?
So, indeed, I acquired a powerful scroll from the Mages Guild. I thought it might direct me to a legendary illusionist's secret sanctum. Unfortunately, reading
¿Has robado este
permitted
pergamino?
this dismal state. Steal? We're adventurers, aren't we? What you call stealing, I call daring investigation. Melmoth's works contain a wealth of secrets. If we don't pursue them, some other historian will. I, for
¿Con
one,
quién
have
no
no
quieres compartir
interest
la
in
gloria?
sharing the glory. Why, with anyone other than you, of course. You really thought I meant to exclude you? Oh, you wound me.
Si no es más que una ilusión, ¿por qué no te puedes mover?
Oh, illusion magic extends far beyond simple parlor tricks and mirages. Skilled practitioners exert power over the mind itself. Intellectually, I know I am not a bottle. But the spell fooled some primitive aspect. Precisely. The spell turned my knowledge of the natural sciences against me. Crafty, yes?
Alguien
The
escondió los
lessons I might
versos.
have evaded. Yes, the mage Melmoth hid them all over Solitude, etched in wood, tucked under cobblestones, and so on. Just another one of his insufferable games.
¿Quién es ese tal
I
Melmoth?
probably should have guessed. Who was he? Past tense. Melmoth was one of Skyrim's most gifted illusionists. A contemporary of the great Shalador.
Así que guardaba muchos secretos.
Ah, countless secrets. He was a master illusionist, after all. Unfortunately, illusionists always cloak their discoveries in puzzles and traps. Insufferable, if you ask me. No matter. I never shrink from a challenge of the mind.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
En la posada, tío. Está en la posada, macho. ¿Ves lo que pasa por no leer?
You must be Mog. I have questions.
Questions? Happy to oblige. Buy a few rounds and let's chat.
You're going to answer me, Orc, or...
Hey! Nobody intimidates my friends.
Princess Svana.
Who gave you the right to walk in here and bully my friend? Did my father send you?
¿Por qué enviaría tu padre a alguien para intimidar a Maug?
Because he doesn't like Mog. But I like Mog. Mog doesn't care that I'm a princess, and it doesn't matter to me that Mog's a scoundrel. If my father didn't send you, why are you threatening my friend?
Queríamos preguntarle si vio quién puso las ofertas de trabajo.
Smelly bastards. Cheap, too. Wouldn't buy us a drink. They hung their flyers and left without saying a word. Then, a different smelly bastard showed up to sign on workers. He was a charmer, though.
¿Recuerdas algo más sobre ese hombre tan encantador?
His breeches fit well. And he was handsome. Not a Nord. Breton, maybe? I didn't really listen to what he was saying. A half-dozen workers left with him. Off to the Drudok Mountains or someplace. He hasn't been back since.
Gracias, Alteza.
Let's talk outside, partner.
Quesos de Skyrim. Liturgia del Sagrado Bollo Dulce.
I love a good fire. Reminds me of being a kid. Being hungry wasn't so bad when you were warm.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
So we've got a mysterious Breton possibly working with Reachmen, recruiting workers for some unknown purpose. Plus, there's a smuggler hiding unknown contraband in a warehouse down by the docks. I say we deal with the smuggler first.
¿Por qué la contrabandista?
We know where to find her, and we more or less know what she's up to. And if the two are connected, maybe the smuggler can help us narrow our search for the Breton. Ready to visit Casella's warehouse?
Estoy lista para ir al almacén de la contrabandista. Entra al almacén.
That's Casella's warehouse. Only one sentry. Let's try not to cause a scene.
Kyne's Aegis needs your help. Sea giants and vampires are everywhere.
Private property. Get lost. Wait. A half-giant? Is that Lyris Titanborn?
¿Conoces a Lyris?
Blood and Blade. Everyone knows Lyris Titanborn. What a woman. She's even larger than I imagined. No wonder she fought Swordmaster Sai Sahan to a draw. Wait, is he here too?
No, solo nosotras. Tenemos que hablar con Kasaya.
Until Kasala returns, I'd be happy to keep Fair Lyris company in her stead.
¿Podemos esperar dentro?
Alas, Kasala doesn't allow visitors when she isn't here to conduct business. But we can wait out here. Do you think Lyris would autograph my ancestral scabbard? It would mean so much to my son. When I have one. Do you know if Lyris is betrothed?
No lo sé, pero si le traes tu vaina te la firmará con gusto.
Oh, thank you, thank you! You don't know how much this means to me.
I don't know what you said to him, but this is our chance. Try the lock. See what's in those marked crates. I'll watch the door.
I knew whoever was poking through our shipments would return. Brought muscle this time, I see.
More than you. Care to try me?
I'll pass. I just want to know who's been meddling in my business. I had a feeling it wasn't just an opportunistic thief trying to steal my cargo. What are you after?
Pruebas de una conspiración contra el Rey Supremo. ¿Te importaría decirme qué contienen estas cajas?
A plot against the High King? Involving plundered antiquities from Hammerfell? Preposterous. I'm simply facilitating a transaction between treasure hunters and a rich collector. So, who am I paying the bribe to? You or the High King?
¿Qué me dices de estos amuletos cuencanos?
Give me that! Tribal crafts my arse. I told that son of a skeever I don't deal in arcane goods. Especially ones from the Reach. Nothing but sorrow comes from such business. This isn't cursed, is it?
¿Quién te ha contratado para que contrabandearas esto?
No name, just instructions and gold. Shipments come in, I make sure no one looks too closely and wait for a pickup. Never see same face twice. Last time it was a smooth-talking Breton with Nord laborers in tow. You want more? I need assurances.
Seguro que encontramos alguna solución.
They're taking the cargo to an abandoned lodge in the foothills north of Solitude. Occasionally used it myself when the city guard was being thorough. Want to catch them? Start there. If that's all, we're leaving. I'm not losing my head over this.
¿Puede contarme algo más sobre el bretón y los trabajadores?
The Breton was sly. Handsome even. Thought he could charm me into taking on additional shipments. Now that I know what's involved, the trouble isn't worth it. The Nords were local, hired hands from the Lonely Troll.
¿Nunca revisas tu mercancía?
I'm paid not to ask too many questions. This arrangement was a lucrative one. I trusted them, but it seems they took advantage of my natural greed. That won't happen again.
Venga, adiós. Vámonos. Vamos a hablar con Lyris.
Ronald had good instincts. We're definitely onto something. Our mystery buyer is hiring locals to haul these urns and reach fetishes out of the city. But for what purpose?
¿Algún tipo de ritual tal vez?
Without a doubt. The Coven's attack on Yoren involved a ritual. Why hire locals, though? Seems like an unnecessary risk. And how does the Breton figure in? I suppose using different people draws less attention.
¿Vamos a inspeccionar la cabaña abandonada?
No reason not to. Head there while I circle around from the other direction in case they're already on the move. Just be careful. I'd rather not lose another partner before we actually figure out what we're up against.
Venga, te veré en la cabaña.
Give your sentry my best, and tell him I owe him an autograph.
Oh, he's gonna get more than an autograph if I see him again.
chance something with that? Can I watch?
I have more than I need, so I'll just feast on you.
El Pentarca Saros. Aquí Carta al Pentarca. Los preparativos se han completado, hermano Bretón. Estamos listos para iniciar el ritual. Envía el último cargamento al templo de Kilcreag. La hermana Ambric se encargará de darle un buen uso. Has hecho un buen trabajo. Aguarda mi próxima orden. R.
Over here, partner.
Se ha cargado unos pocos. Vamos a coger esto. Y la luciérnaga.
All I found were these Reachmen stalking the pass. Decided they'd rather die than talk, so I obliged. They don't look like they're from Ice Reach, but they are wearing the Coven's medallions. Anyway, did you find the lodge?
La cabaña está vacía, pero encontré una carta para el Bretón. Eran órdenes para que enviase la mercancía a Kilcreag.
Kilcreath? The temple to Meridia? Why would the Ice Reach Coven target a local Daedra cult?
La carta decía que estaban listos para empezar el ritual en cuanto recibieran la mercancía.
We're running out of time. I'll head back to Solitude and try again to warn High King Svargrim. You go to Kilcreath Temple and alert Meridia's priests. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
¿Que alerta a los sacerdotes? ¿No debería intentar detener el ritual?
You'll be going up against the Coven by yourself. Warn the priests. If there's an opportunity to safely stop or delay the ritual, by all means, but don't take any unnecessary chances. I still don't want to lose another partner.
Te veré en el templo cuando hayas advertido al Rey Supremo. Mira, ahí hay una ermita.
Stop! A disaster has befallen Kilcreath Temple.
What's going on?
Don't be alarmed. I mean you no harm. But there are Harrow fiends swarming around Kilcreath Temple who do. Head back to safety before they find you.
Me han enviado a avisar a los sacerdotes del templo.
I'm sorry, but you're too late. An unnatural storm struck the temple and now the entire area is overrun by vampires and Harrow fiends.
¿Qué son las bestias cegadas? Y ya que estamos, ¿quién eres?
Harrow fiends are feral vampires, a byproduct of the unnatural Harrow storm. As for me, I am Fenorian of House Ravenwatch. I came here on the trail of remains stolen from a mass grave in Bankurai. They were shipped to Solitude in ancient urns.
Encontré urnas en cajas introducidas de contrabando en Soledad. Parece que tienen relación con el aquelarre de la cuenca glacial.
Yes, I've run into the Coven as well. The urns and the stolen remains play a part in a ritual to summon the storms. If you're willing, I could use your assistance. I need to finish my investigation of the site to see what else I can learn.
¿Qué necesitas que haga?
I could use your help to examine the strange pikes erected around the temple. Harrow fiends and vampires roam the area, making it difficult to get close. Hence the need for your assistance. You see, I'm not that confident in my combat prowess.
¿Qué pasó exactamente en el templo?
The Icereach Coven performed a ritual that unleashed a Harrow storm on the temple. It struck without warning and evaporated as quickly as it began. But in its wake, it left behind Harrow fiends. Innocent priests and pilgrims transformed into monsters.
¿Qué es una tormenta cegadora?
That's what I heard the Icereach Coven call the storm that struck Kilcreath Temple. It's magical in nature. The result of some sort of ritual performed by the witches. I'm still investigating, but I think Harrow fiends are a byproduct of the storm.
¿Qué es la casa guardia del cuervo?
House Ravenwatch is one of the noble houses of Rivenspire. Our liege, Count Verandus, has dedicated us to the cause of peaceful coexistence between mortals and those of the vampiric persuasion. That often makes us defenders of Tamriel.
El aquelarre de la cuenca glacial está compuesto por brujas, no vampiros.
True, but I've seen evidence of a vampiric connection. At the very least, the material they transported from Bankurai included the remains of ancient vampires. They were part of an army that was defeated in the First Era. The Grey Host.
La Hueste Gris.
An army that consisted of vampires and werewolves, led by King Styriek of Rakarth. They were eventually defeated by the garrison at Bankurai in High Rock. It all happened a very long time ago, but such remains radiate with arcane power.
¿No eres un vampiro?
Is it that obvious? But have no fear. As a member of House Ravenwatch, I have pledged to never take blood from an unwilling subject. I assure you, I'm only here to help.
¿Cómo puede un vampiro ayudar a detener al aquelarre de la cuenca?
I am much more than just a vampire. In addition to being an agent of House Ravenwatch, I am a master alchemist and an expert in arcane studies. I do try to avoid direct violence, though, to make sure I never give in to temptation.
Venga.
Look! A priest of Meridia! Maybe they can tell us more about what happened at the temple. The Ice Reach, that's what I heard.
I'm gonna show off.
Please, can anybody help us? Oh, thank Meridia! The priests and pilgrims of Kiltrick Temple. We need assistance. A great and terrible storm struck, and so many of us were lost.
¿Qué es el templo?
A temple dedicated to Meridia, the Lady of Light. Pilgrims come from across Skyrim to pray and seek blessings, especially at this time of the year. Please, talk to Priest Bavian. You'll find her in the nearby cave, tending to the injured.
¿Quién es la sacerdotisa Bavian?
She's the ranking priest, after High Priest Varkor. But we haven't seen the High Priest since the storm hit. Bavian led a group of us to safety. There are more priests and pilgrims out there. If you're willing to help, please talk to Bavian.
Hablaré con la sacerdotisa. Joder, la hostia. Con el registro de misiones lleno.
Oh, thank Meridia. She's the ranking priest.
The living take precedence. We should search for survivors while investigating the pikes.
Qué cabrón, me ha quitado el tronco.
An alchemical residue. That should prove useful.
Tiene que haber otra por aquí, cerca.
It's depleted. Just ordinary sticks and rope now. Interesting. Can you feel the lingering energy? That's Daedric, if I'm not mistaken. These depleted witch pikes expended a lot of power to summon the Herostorm. Now they're just ordinary sticks, but even in this state, they tell us much about the ritual that flowed through them.
¿Qué aprendimos al examinar las picas de las brujas?
I'm sure now that the pikes play a significant role as focal points for the storm ritual. The prepared pikes are depleted as the ritual runs its course, but I sensed lingering energy, including a Daedric taint. And we found an intriguing... It's the remains of an alchemical poultice that was spread over the pikes. Smells like rotting fungus, doesn't it? With a little study, I should be able to identify each ingredient in its makeup. Then I can begin to understand the ritual. One other thing I want to check first. I noticed the pilgrims leading a cart away from the temple right before the storm hit. Coven members could have tried to slip away among the innocents. The cart should be along the road south of the temple.
Bueno, porque ya no hay nada más.
Strange. They're alive, but unresponsive. Check the crates and see if they contain the smuggled items. Did you find anything of interest in the crate?
La caja estaba vacía, aparte de un poco de polvo y cenizas.
I can't believe anyone knowingly involved would have let themselves be exposed to the storm. Perhaps the pilgrims were tricked into transporting the crate. Or maybe it was slipped into their cart.
¿Deberíamos ir ahora a echar un vistazo en el templo?
Yes, of course. Though I fear what we may find there. The temple was clearly at the center of the storm. Regardless, there's still a lot we don't know about the effects of this ritual. Observing the target area could offer new insights.
Watching you harvest is exciting. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with that.
Sometimes, the wind sounds like screaming at night. Or at least I think it's the wind. It makes my sails out here on the road interesting.
Polvo de vampiro.
These are temple priests and pilgrims. It seems the storm killed them. I'll need to perform more tests. But from what we've seen, I believe the storm affects mortals in 3 distinct ways. It kills them, transforms them into Harrow Fiends, or leaves them mindless. I suppose I'd say it harrowed those poor pilgrims.
¿Qué hacemos ahora?
I want to learn more about the ritual, and how it produces the Harrow Storms. And I need to confirm my theories about the storm's effects. I'll start by examining the residue from the witch pike to identify the components used to power the ritual. My alchemical equipment. It's extremely fragile, so I left it in my pack. I hid it among a copse of trees once I saw all the vampires and Harrow Fiends. Once I retrieve it, I can find a place to begin my analysis.
Just getting started.
My equipment isn't too far. Let's go retrieve.
This is so much better than reading.
That's close enough, Leech.
Wait! I'm not part of the coven!
Looks like I made it back just in time. This place is crawling with vampires, and that one was about to make a meal out of you. House Ravenwatch. I've heard of them, but he's a long way from Rivenspire. Well, if you're willing to trust a vampire, I suppose I can too. I spotted a Coven witch. If we hurry, we might be able to catch her. On the cliff overlooking the temple, calls herself Sister Embrit. I was going to rush her, but I wanted to make sure you hadn't run afoul of any of these monsters first. No offense, Fen. Come on, if we're lucky, the witch is still up there.
Perhaps I could question the witch before you introduce her to your impressive axe blade?
Good eye. I didn't even see that runestone at first.
ritual needs refinement.
Kill her before she can summon another storm.
Willing sacrifices. Oh, nice.
Sacrifice? I'd rather give you my axe, bitch.
No matter. I found something. This way?
Go with your vampire friend. I'm gonna look around here.
Do you see? These are the same as the urns smuggled from Bankarai. They didn't just shatter. They exploded. I can sense traces of magic. All this rubble scattered around didn't just come from these urns. The texture and patterns are different. They appear to have used the funerary dust in the urns to summon the Harrow Storms. But I'm not sure. Look at the shape of the fragments. They come from a hollow receptacle of some sort. Something at least as tall as you. Perhaps larger. Just another piece of the puzzle. Maybe when I analyze the witchpike residue, an answer will... Thank you, but no. I try to avoid large population centers. The temptation. You understand. I'll find someplace nearby. I met a clever woman who lives in the bog near Morthal. Old Mjolnir's a dying breed among the Nords. A practitioner of the old magic. The locals both admire and fear her. If anyone can help me untangle the coven. Mjolnir's experience with the old ways and reach magic make her ideally suited to assist me in this endeavor. She's the closest thing to an expert we're likely to find out here. At least one who does... Western Skyrim consists of 3 holds. Haafingar, Hjalmarch, and Carthald. Morthal is the capital of Hjalmarch. It's located southeast of Solitude, along the River Hjal. Old Mjolnir. The Raven Watch has had to curtail rogue vampire clans, and put down feral blood fiends on occasion. But I've never dealt with anything like this before. People turning into Harrow fiends, or becoming mindless Harrow. Yes, but more research is required to confirm anything. Still, from what we observed here, it appears the Harrow Storm produced 3 distinct results in those caught within it. It turned them into Harrow fiends, or harrowed, or it simply killed them.
So, what did your vampire friend discover? Reach Witch is summoning magical storms to create feral vampires? That's horrible, but to what purpose? Well, that's the next puzzle to solve. First, we need to get this information to the Queen. Here. This was for Brondel, but it's yours now. Queen Gerhild needs to hear what we discovered at Kilcreath Temple. Hopefully that will be enough for her to get us an audience with High King Svargrim. The Queen seemed reasonable. She'll believe us. As for Svargrim, who can tell? I haven't met the man, but everything I've heard describes him as prideful, arrogant, and hard-headed. I'd like to knock down the palace door, grab him by the throat, and shake him until he listens. That would probably start a war, though, and Yoren specifically asked me to avoid that. For now, let's bring our evidence to Queen Gerhild. If there's anything else we need to discuss, let's get it out of the way now, before we return to Solitude. Hey, you and Fëanorian came to that conclusion, not me. Still, it makes as much sense as anything. As to why, I have no idea. This connection to vampires, though, that's troubling. We should keep Fen away until we get into Svargrim's good graces. A clever woman? Out here? Nords are extremely distrustful of magic, especially Nords from Western Skyrim. I'm surprised the people of Morthal tolerate her presence. If anyone can help, our priority remains getting an audience with High King Svargrim. We need to convince him that the Icereach Coven is a threat to his kingdom, and get him to help us stop them. Let's return to Solitude and present. Clever men and women are Nords with an aptitude for magic, though most use the term to refer to practitioners of the old ways. They're rare. Could be that the elves our ancestors fought soured our taste for magic. Or maybe there weren't enough skalds singing about wizards going to Sovngarde. Might be that Nords just prefer their natural talents.
didn't want to walk. Doing something with Magic-y? Yes! Are we going to race?
Too much stock in rumors and old wives' tales.
I don't think we're the first to camp here. Lots of fresh tracks.
Allow yourself some rest. The Divines are watching over us. Carry the Divines with you, and you have nothing to fear.
Venga, vamos a descubrir la ermita esa de ahí. Y vamos a ir a Soledad.
in solitude, stranger.
Heard you wiped out that goblin tribe in Fungal Grotto. Maybe I can go visit the place now.
That's one of the Queen's attendants. Let's get inside.
Be strong, Svanna.
Mother! No! No!
Svanna, your father, the kingdom. Watch over.
Mother! No! You can't die! Mother!
Sire, the assassins might return. You must get to somewhere safe.
Have Yoren's lackeys come to gloat?
We came here to warn you, Your Highness.
And yet my wife lies dead.
If you had listened to us...
Like she did. If I determine Yoren had a hand in this, there will be war! Someone take care of my wife!
Father, please. Gods, what a disaster. The Queen's been assassinated and Svargrim still refuses to listen to reason. We need to find a way to set things right.
¿Cómo logró un asesino acercarse tanto a la reina?
Good question. The guards should have been able to handle a run-of-the-mill assassin. This could be connected to the Icereach Coven. In fact, I'd wager my axe that it is.
¿Qué hacemos ahora?
Look around. See if you can find any indication of how the assassin got in and out of the palace so easily. Maybe even turn up something that ties the murderer to the Coven. I'll make sure the princess is all right.
A ver qué encuentro. Carta del agente del rey Escaldo. La información que has proporcionado hasta ahora sugiere una terrible amenaza tanto para Skyrim como para el conjunto de Tamriel. Mi señor, el rey Escaldo Yorum desea detener esta amenaza antes de que crezca en fuerza y en tamaño. Pero necesito más detalles. Necesito pruebas que convenzan a las autoridades de Soledad de que la amenaza es real y deben aceptar la ayuda del rey Escaldo. Cuento contigo. Reúnete conmigo cerca de las puertas de Soledad, capital de la comarca de Heifingar, en Skyrim Occidental. Compararemos nuestras notas y decidiremos si el mejor curso de acción. Que Caen te proteja. Aquí tenemos nos marca afuera, ¿no? Cristal roto. Examinar. Habla con Lyris.
Svanna's taking this pretty hard. I suppose most daughters feel close to their mothers. Not that I'd know, I never knew my mother. Sorry, don't mind me. Did you find anything that might lead us to the assassin?
Debajo de una ventana rota.
We've seen these medallions before. On the Reachman near Kilcreath. And I saw them on the witches in Icereach. The assassin definitely seems to be in league with the Coven. But can we get Svargrim to believe that and accept the danger he's in?
El Rey Supremo parecía bastante enfadado.
Svargrim has every right to be angry. He watched his wife die right before his eyes. But he's the High King. He doesn't have the right to be stupid. Time to make Svargrim confront some hard truths. Come on, the Sword Thane led the king upstairs. We need to see the High King.
I should think not. The High King is in mourning. It's not to be disturbed.
The Queen's wasn't the only life lost today. Now get out of our way.
Go right in.
Estos libros, nada.
Your Highness, please. Your kingdom is in grave danger.
My queen's blood hasn't yet cooled, and already Yoren's lackeys hound me.
We have proof that the Coven threatening your kingdom is responsible for the Queen's death. Show him, partner.
Does Yoren think me so weak that he believes his half-giant can twist my arm and fill my head with lies? I am not so easily duped, outsider.
No debería preocuparse por Yoren, sino por el aquelarre de la cuenca glacial.
Reach witches? They pose no threat. We've beaten back those wild dogs time and time again, while our brothers to the east bow down to a poetry-writing milk drinker. I will not be lectured on such matters by the likes of you.
Se ha enterado de la tormenta segadora que azotó Kilcreath, convirtió a su gente en bestias sagradas, en bestias cegadas.
Tales told around campfires to scare the children. Storms happen here all the time, and none of them spawn monsters. The last spy who spoke of such things, well, he no longer speaks of such things.
La reina Geril nos pidió que te trajéramos pruebas.
I know my enemies.
Tal vez sea ese el motivo por el que el aquelarre la ha matado.
You dishonor my wife's name by letting it pass through your treacherous lips. Away with you! And pray I don't find evidence that ties you to the Queen's murder. That would not go so well for you.
We'll leave you to your grief, Your Highness.
Tablilla Morana.
Is it true? Mother told me you were working for her before she...
I'm sorry, Svanna. I would have saved her if I could.
My mother. She told me she gave the mighty Lyris Titanborn an important task. Tell me, what were you doing for my mother?
Estábamos recopilando pruebas para convencer al rey del peligro que amenaza a tu reina.
Threat? What threat? And do you think this is why someone came into the palace and killed her? And did you tell my father all this? Is he rallying the soldiers? Alerting the other holds? My father sees Yoren's plots everywhere, even in his spicy venison stew. Well, I won't let my mother's death be for nothing. She trusted you, and so will I. My father be damned. Please, find whoever did this and stop them. I saw the assassin. He moved fast. Unbelievably fast. He leaped through the window after stabbing my mother. By that time, the guards had gathered, so I guess he decided to flee. Try to follow his trail. Someone outside must have seen something. He was fast, that's for certain. Here and gone before the guards could even draw their swords. Other than that, I didn't get a good look. The inside of his hood was nothing but shadows. No. My mother... The last time we spoke, I hurled a mug at her. But I came when she summoned me. Just in time to see her murdered. My father? Listen to me? When Horkers fly, maybe. But probably not even then. He gave up on me a long time ago. And I'm not my mother. Never will be. But I swear I'll do what...
Come on, Princess. Let's get you somewhere safe.
Don't call me princess. Just Svanna. There's nothing noble about me.
Bueno, pues vamos a dejar por aquí el directo, que vamos a merendar. Así que nos vemos en un próximo directo, chavales. Hasta luego.